What is up, hooligans? Happy Freedom Friday. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you have a like button, please hit that like button. Get us on the front page. I know you can do it. Please drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me, because I can't have enough problems today. I feel like Ash Ketchum, like I'm catching Pokemon. I see all these problems out here and I feel like I gotta catch them all. I don't know why today is going this way. I will say that I've been awake since 4 o'clock this morning fighting off cyber criminals because they can't suck my dick enough. Can't stand it. Trying to change my passwords, trying to access my credit cards, trying to access my bank accounts. I am so sick and tired of cyber criminals. They should be hung in front of their families. I can't stand it. Like, not even a little bit. I have no tolerance for cyber criminals at all. Right next to pedophiles. Can't fucking stand it. So that's how I started the day. Yes, having it just like that. So then I was pulling up everything, putting together this live that I am very well aware that we are much late to. As I go to try and sign into my D Live that I was randomly logged out of, I was like, damn, I think the cyber criminals got me over on D Live. Should have put on my 2-app authenticator crap, bullshit, whatever. But I got logged in. I had this weird little symbol around my profile picture, and I was like, oh, maybe D Live gave me some special stuff, you know, because they're kind of fond of us right now. Maybe I got a new badge or something. I'm Mr. Cool Kid over on D Live. That's what I was thinking until I saw my lemons. They took $700 from me, them bastards. 700 doll hairs from my account. It's just gone. So where did it go? So I wrote them, since we are linked together through email, and they were the ones that reached out to me originally. So I figure if I respond to this email, they'll actually write me back. So I wrote them right before we kicked off this live saying, hey, there's something weird going on with my account. I see my profile picture's got a design around it. And I also see that I am 75,000 lemons short of where I'm supposed to be. If you could help me, I'd really appreciate it. So then I go to set up the live. I get this huge fucking message that says, you have been banned from live streaming. What? D-Live reached out to me to bring me over to the platform to allow me to earn 700 doll hairs worth of lemons just to turn around and fucking ban me? Eat shit, D-Live. That sucks. That sucks. I can't express it enough. Holy, steal my 700 doll hairs? That's cute. They must be Democrats, the way that went down. Holy shit. 6 T's on it. Holy shit. Can't believe that. So, fully energized, getting ready for the live. Trying not to laugh too hard because I just, I'm about to cry at all this. And I go to launch the live, and the live doesn't fucking work. So now I'm writing customer service and talking to these crackheads in whatever country they fucking live in to try and figure out why I can send a signal to them, but they can't send the signal to you when I pay them bastards $100 a month. What the fuck is going on here? Well, they don't have any answers. It's all fine on their end. It must be me. It must be my fault. So now I had dropped another $100 that I don't fucking have on a different company to pray to God that they'll be able to send this live out to all of you hooligans. So I'm going to read through the chat really quick, make sure I see ones in the chat to know that you can actually hear me and see me, and then we'll go through the schedule, and then we'll act like this never happened, and we'll go ahead and cover the news. Happy Freedom Friday, you hooligans. So I see ones over on the website. I had to build you guys a brand new live stream player right here to spur the moment, but at least you guys are here. I see the ones, so you must be able to see me and hear me. Appreciate all of you hooligans over on the website. You guys are fantastic. What about over here on Rumble? Let's see what I'm seeing some ones in the chat. I appreciate all of you hooligans being here on Rumble. We'll do another read through so I can actually read your guys' comments. I gotta make sure we're running first, and then we'll go ahead and get her started for reals. What's up, Prison Hug? Appreciate all of you guys over on Odyssey. Fuck you, D Live. We're obviously not live on D Live because They're a bunch of commies. Commie bastards. Fucking bullshit. Anyways. What's up, everyone over on Kick? Happy Freedom Joe. Happy Freedom Tom Tom. Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? Our bitrate looks like crap over on Twitch. Hopefully the live stays living over there on Twitch. Oh, Jesus loves us. Let's see how GoofTube's doing. We're probably banned or suspended, or maybe I'll catch a strike. Maybe they'll give us a copyright today. See, YouTube doesn't like it when other platforms are shitting on me on a day when they're choosing to not shit on me, so I assume YouTube will rise up and slap me with their little commie fist at some point today. We'll just let their little robot feelers dig into the video and realize what's happening to me, and they will hop on that Fuck Jeff Mac train and get it rolling. Let's see. There we go. What is up, everyone over on GoofTube? I'm seeing the ones, so we must be live. All right, let me get you this. Let me get you this link real quick. I probably got the crazy eyes right now. I feel manic as shit. Drive a bus into a building, manic. Okay, there we go. All right, hooligans, we're going to read through the schedule. Then we are going to actually read through the chat, see how you guys are doing today for Freedom Friday. We're going to be starting off with a video titled, whatever the dictator's name is that lives over in China, sounds like silverware being thrown down the stairs, is playing three-dimensional chess, talking about how old man Walter can't blow him hard enough. He loves the CCP. He likes the flavor in his mouth. Then we have a video titled, Old Man Walter just endorsed Gavin Newsom, the gruesome Newsom, which is so stupid for somebody who's supposedly running for blue team to endorse somebody else and to say it the way that he's saying it. He's like, Newsom's an even better candidate than I am. Old Man Walter, you are a buffoon. Then we have a video titled, No Charges to be Filed in Old Man Walter's Classified Documents Scandal. So stupid. Special treatment for Old Man Walter. He gets his own version of justice. Then we have a video titled Bin Laden's Letter to America. That's an interesting thing. That video and the video following I have lots of thoughts on. The next one is got Josh Hawley, and I like Josh Hawley. It's titled Hawley Rails Against CCP Link TikTok After Bin Laden Letter Spreads. So those videos kind of correlate. Then we'll be wrapping things up with a video titled Abbott Rumored to Endorse Trump During Border Visit. Orange Eagle is supposed to be live tomorrow. I can't remember what time right off the top of my head. Snooks reminded me, though. He's supposed to be live tomorrow, and then he's supposed to be live again on Sunday, and I believe Sunday is when he's actually going to the border in Texas. Sunday's normally my day off, but if it works out, I may cover the Orange Eagle on Sunday. I don't imagine it'll be a very long live, but it'd be kind of cool to see the Orange Eagle go down to the border, check on his wall he built, the what's left of it, and whatnot. So we may be covering that on Sunday. We will most likely be covering Saturday's live with the Orange Eagle. But that's what's on the menu today. We're going to actually read through the chat now, make sure you guys are all doing good for Freedom Friday, and we're going to go ahead and get this started. What's up, 10 Man? Happy Freedom. We're here to fuck shit up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate being here, Sam. What's up, Cassandra? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Annette? What's up, Donna Sparks? Happy Freedom. What's up, Matt? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. Matt, you made that go-kart? That thing is slick. It's real slick. It's just like Mario Kart. That's badass. Why is one wheel twice as wide as the other one, though? What's going on with that? It's really neat, though. Appreciate you dropping that in the chat. You hooligans going wild. I got everybody all riled up. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. What's up, everyone over on Rumble? Snooks, you were first today. Oh, you're first from what I can tell, unless the chat scrolled down, which it may have. But I appreciate you, Snooks. What's up, Zero? What's up, Combat Vet? Happy Freedom. Can you hear my just nasty voice? I want to kick this cold, but I don't know where to kick it. Right in the nuggets. What's up, Schulers? Happy Freedom. What's up, Rappy? What's up, Christy Star? Christy Star, you are not highlighted. we're gonna have to figure out your account thing. See if you can click the subscribe button in the chat. If you're on Android and you're using the app, you probably can't see it. But if you go to the website and then hop in the chat, at the bottom you'll see the subscribe button. If you subscribe and join the membership program that way, I'll go into locals and I'll refund you your membership money, and then we should be good. We should be all square then. I was waiting today to see how your name would pop up in the chat. I'm not sure what went wrong, but I'll make sure you get your money back. And then if you click the subscribe button in the chat, you'll absolutely be a part of the membership over on Rumble. What's up, Speedy Girl? Happy Freedom. What's up, Astral Hammer? Appreciate you being here. Doo-doo-doo. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy Freedom. Happy Freedom Friday. What's up, Matthew? What's up, Joe? Scrolling through. What's up, Dawn? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here. What's up, Guess Some J? You just followed me over on Twitch. I appreciate you, Guess Some J. What's up, Stoner? Everybody piling in. What is your name? What's up, Gron? I think that's your name. I appreciate you being here. What's up, Tuck? What's up, RK? Scrolling through. What's up, Space Baby? Happy Freedom. What's up, Silver Wolf? Appreciate you sliding through. What's up, Glimmer of Freak? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here on Rumble. Let's get those likes up. 87 people. I already got a thumbs down. What the fuck is going on today? How do I already get a thumbs down? Eat shit. Whoever just put a thumbs down on my Rumble video, you eat shit today. We'll send you a big old spoon, you bastard. God dang. What's up, Prison Hug? What's up, everyone over on Odyssey? Happy Freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Joe? What's up, everyone over on Kick? I can't believe D Live. Just kick them right in the nuggets. They better have a good response. They're the ones that told me to go over there. And then they stole 700 doll hairs from me. I feel like Tina on Bob's Burgers. Just... Oh my god, what's up everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Grey Wolf? What's up, Matt? What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Geezer Man? My goodness. What's up, Miss Vu? Happy Freedom. Hopefully I got everyone. I don't know why they made everybody's name all green. You guys are all blending together. What's up, Contempt? Geezer Man. They pay insurgents to do thumbs down on Rumble. I don't know. Somebody wants to get chopped in the throat today. That's all I know. Somebody wants to catch these hands like it's Christmas. What's up, everyone over on GoofTube? What's up, Manuel? What's up, Sam? Sam, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you, Sam. What's up, Gregory? What's up, Glimmer of Freak? You're also omnipresent. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Non-GMO? What's up, American Patriotism? I can't talk today. We're going to need some chicken bacon in our life. What's up, Nuclear? What's up, Cassie and Julie? Happy Freedom. Casey and Julie, my apologies. Having a day. What's up, Christine? Happy Freedom. What's up, Sassafras? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Air Force? What's up, Melba? You guys gotta get these likes up over here too. Come on, man. This is YouTube. You guys know how it gets down. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. There's supposed to be something fancy that happens in the, I don't know, on the interface if a person on the screen says that. I don't know if it works for live though. Let's see. Glimmer Freak. D-Live's bad. Shame, shame. Yeah, what a... just... Steal $700 from me right when I need it too. They're just... I don't even want to talk about it. What's up, Steve? What's up, Gonzo? Happy Freedom. What's up, Penelope? Penelope, you should become a Youper and build a cabin. They'd still find a way to get me. They would. What's up, Lanita? What's up, Anime Adventure? What's up, Azon? Happy Freedom. What's up, Bloopy? Appreciate you being here. What's up, James? What's up, Ohio Kyle? What's up, WMM? Happy Freedom. Alright. I think we're good. You guys ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get the show started. Let's get it kicked off. So we're going to start off with this first video. Chinese dictator is playing three-dimensional chess. First, I want to remind you guys, go get you a 2A all day until you die t-shirt. We got t-shirts for boobies and non-boobies. We have tank tops, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, all kinds of stuff. Let people know you're not forfeiting your firearms no matter what. You're standing up on your constitutional rights all day. But if that's too spicy for you, you can't go wrong with Screaming Goat. Everybody loves Screaming Goat. We got tons more designs. I got the original 2A shirt on today. Go check out all the designs that we have at the merch store. I will drop the link in the chat while you're absorbing this first video. Let's get her started.
Dining with dictators. That's the focus of tonight's angle. They lined up one by one, the plutocrats who shelled out $40,000 each to meet with the autocrat who rules 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. Now, look closely at these people, whose enthusiastic presence last night speaks volumes. Stanley Deal, the CEO of Boeing, Larry Fink, the ESG guru of BlackRock, Darius Samajic, who is Honeywell's CEO, Hock Tan from Broadcom, and of course, the Apple CEO, uber liberal Tim Cook. Now, the dinner guests actually leapt to their feet when the communist leader was introduced.
Please rise to greet our guest of honor, His Excellency, the President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping.
Oh, I wonder what he was wearing. All right, the entire affair was a huge and much-needed boost for China and for Xi. They're facing major economic problems back home, after all. State television in China showcased the dinner. You can see Tim Cook, if you look closely, and other bigwigs there. And they were all smiles during the remarks from their dear leader.
This year, after the world emerged from the COVID-19 pandemic, I have respectively met in Beijing with Dr. Henry Kissinger, Mr. Bill Gates, Senator Chuck Schumer, and his Senate colleagues, and Governor Gavin Newsom.
Now, the billionaires, eating their appetizers and so forth, but they probably felt like it was like the Oscars. Xi was the celebrity, and he was thanking the Academy. But his audience back home got the real message. China came out the winner here. Xi was playing three-dimensional chess, and these men in the audience were China's captured pawns. The funny thing is, though, many of those who arrived in San Francisco in their private jets are the same ones who make pointless climate change pledges because they see themselves as cultural influencers.
I'm telling you from our heart, we believe in treating everyone with dignity and respect. And that's how we show up as a company. We believe in being a part of the community and trying to advocate for change.
Does that really get bought by anyone out there? Trying to advocate for change? Is that what Tim Cook said, really? How did the 2 million Uyghur Muslims and their Xi-approved internment camps advocate for change, Tim? And how much dignity and how much respect do the persecuted Christians get in China, Tim? And, of course, the great irony is that BlackRock's Larry Fink, among the worst Xi bootlickers, was the sanctimonious force, as I said, behind the idea of shaming companies under these environmental, social, and governance standards, ESG standards, that have plagued corporate America. In between the appetizer and the main course, did Fink press Xi about climate change in China or the ESG scores in the state-owned companies there? Since World War II, I think this dinner with the dictator and all that's going to follow is one of the low points of American capitalism. A communist regime that's been endlessly belligerent toward the United States and our values and viciously repressive toward its own people emerges stronger and more influential. Well, and as for us, what do we get? We got an unenforceable and vague pledge about fentanyl chemicals. And, drumroll please, we got some more pandas. Yeah, they promised some pandas. What a bargain. Remember, we don't even own them, we just lease them. And that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
Well, we were all celebrating when they stopped sending money overseas because they couldn't figure out a chair, Speaker of the House, and all that stuff. Well, now they just invite the dictators here. And we just pay for their hotel rooms. We pay for the officers to go out there and block the roads and do all that crap and hang up a bunch of CCP Chinese flags and all that. Like, I can't believe that this is happening here. I thought we hated communism. I thought we were against dictators. No, let's spend tax dollars on it. Let's go ahead and just get these guys their food and pay for them to have Secret Service walking around with them and stuff. I don't know if that would have happened with Trump in office. I don't know. It's not the America I thought I was going to be growing up in. I'm just highly disappointed. A little pissed off. Little pissed off at all the treason going on here. The lack of accountability to the people in charge. It's really it's taking the wind out of my sails. We'll put it like that. We're going to read through the chat really quick, see what you guys think about all of this, and then we're going to be moving on to a video titled Old Man Walter Just Endorsed Gavin Newsom, which is ridiculous. And I'll have an order of beef fried rice, 2 egg rolls with sweet and sour sauce, please. And don't forget my cookie. See, they can keep my cookie because the fortune's always trash on mine. You can have mine. I'll share. You can have my cookie. I would like some chicken and beef with my fried rice because I'm a growing boy. But other than that, I ain't got nothing for them but these hands. I don't know what the CCP's doing here in America. Just checking on how their fentanyl is killing Americans. They're probably really proud about that. Sam actually cleaned up San Francisco for that BS. Yeah, they act like they can't fix the homeless problem. They can't fix the drug addicts in the streets. It's just this way, and we don't know what to do about it until CCP comes to town. And then all of a sudden, clean streets, gates, orderly conduct is happening. Police are actually enforcing the law just until the CCP leaves. And then they won't know what to do again. It'll just happen all over again. Why is my light casting weird shadows on my face? I don't like it. What is going on here? Oh my God, today's going to be a day. Anyways, reading through. Just reading through. Joe, I like the cookie. The paper inside is just trash. The fortune cookie's never a fortune for me. It's always like sternly worded constructive criticism. I don't ever get fortunes in my cookies. It's always like try harder and do better. I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's rough stuff. Pumpkin, they should have had a giant Winnie the Pooh waiting for Z. I made something on Twitter that nobody gave a shit about, and so I'm just going to show it to all of you guys, and maybe you guys will think it's funny. Because I worked way too hard on it for nobody to give a shit about it. Holy. We got like 15 lives that attempted to start on Twitter. That sucks. Anyways. So I made this yesterday. Nobody cared. Nobody cared, but I thought it was funny. I worked really hard at it, and I was pretty proud of myself on how it turned out. This old man Walter and his boyfriend wandering around the U.S., wondering if we can spot the pedophile. We did. It's right there. So anyways, yeah, made that, posted on Twitter. Everybody was like, woo. Winnie the Pooh came to town. Yeah, sad day. What's up, JT3? Happy freedom. What's up, Crystal? Crystal, I said months ago the deep state wants Newsom. AJ called it, and yet again. Oh, I didn't know AJ called it. Have you seen AJ's video game thing? Somebody tagged me in it. It might have been Mic Drop. Let me see. If you haven't seen it, we're going to play the video. I'll probably get in trouble. I don't know. Go follow us on Rumble. Follow us on Rumble or join the website. I'm not playing games today. I'm over the nonsense. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody tagged me in the AJ game yesterday. I haven't downloaded it or played it yet. Think about it. Maybe on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Come on, Twitter, do the thing. Take me to my profile. I was screwing around. What would it be considered? A reply? I don't use Twitter on my desktop, so I don't know what I'm doing here. It is something to behold, though. It is worth digging for. Now, I'm not sure if the music is going to get us in trouble or the things that AJ says. I'm not quite sure. If there was a way to mute YouTube, I would do it and we would be fine. But why is this so difficult to find? Did they remove it? I doubt they removed it. Come on, man. This wasn't supposed to be an investigation. Good lord. And DLive just gave us streamer spotlight like 2 days ago. And then they banned me. Just nonsense. Bunch of nonsense. They should have been waving Winnie the Pooh flags when CCP showed up. That's what should have happened. Somebody said that on Twitter. I forgot till just right now. There it is. Oh, it's Extric Bolt that tagged me in the game here. Appreciate you, Extric Bolt. Okay, hopefully we don't get in a whole lot of trouble over this. We shouldn't, because there's no reason to be bent out of shape about it. Anyways, we're just doing some improv here. I'm gonna leave the beats going because we're gonna try and at least escape the potential copyright flag, because there is music in the background of this advertisement. But this is the new AJ game.
First came Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Super Mario Brothers. And now, the ultimate retro nostalgia throwback game. I present to the world Alex Jones's New World Order Wars. They're turning the friggin' frogs game. I'll eat your ass, you Nazi scum. Let's free the Patriots and defeat the globalist tech geeks.
We are going to defeat the globalists very bigly.
This game is mostly peaceful. Woo!
I'm going to lower the world's population.
Oh, big deal. I'm taking you down, rapist.
I did not have sexual relations with that saxophone.
Download it now at AlexJonesGame.com, because as we all know, anything badass gets censored.
I thought that was funny. If we're not live tomorrow, well, no, because tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday. So we're not going to be live on YouTube regardless. If you don't see me posting telling you guys to come over to Rumble for Free Speech Saturday tomorrow, just know that YouTube got me because they think I'm too funny for their platform. So just know. You might as well just go ahead and make you a Rumble account right now. Go and set up your account over on jeffmaclive.com, because I guarantee YouTube's getting bent out of shape over that nonsense. 10 Man, I told you DLive was asshole. They're owned by YouTube. Yeah, they got me. Astral Hammer, can you get it for PS4? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I appreciate you joining the live over on the website. AJGame.com, I think, is how you get it. I'm trying to think. I can definitely drop it in the chat over on the website. I haven't looked into it yet. It's probably not for console, you know, like PlayStation and all that. It's just because of the censorship. I assume that it's not. But I also haven't played on an Xbox or anything like that in a long time. I play the PS4 that Don Sparks got me, but I don't even really connect to the internet or anything like that. Let me grab this link and I'll post it on the website so you guys can go and do the thing. You can do the thing. For everybody else, oh, I clicked on the wrong one. I'm just gonna read it out to everybody else. Using Twitter on a computer sucks. If you've ever done that, don't do that. It sucks. It is way better on the app. Yeah, it's AJ, but his name obviously spelled out game.com. That's how you get there. So copy address. Oh no, I don't want it to be short. I want it to be the real deal. Don't be screwing around with me. Okay, just a quick gander since I'm here on the website. It costs $17.76 to buy. That's awesome. That's awesome. Try to see. It doesn't even tell me right off the rip. I assume it's only for PC. Available on PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. I might get it on my phone. Anyways, it's ajgame.com. Well, that was fun. There we go. Dropped it in the chat. So all of you guys over on the website, you can just go straight there. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. This very next one is titled Old Man Walter just endorsed Gavin Newsom. It's crazy because Trump's had like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 10 or 12 rallies since he's announced that he's running for the primary. Old Man Walter has never had a rally, ever. Ever. I've never seen a Biden rally, a Biden campaign rally. I ain't never seen it. What is his slogan? What is his slogan? Because it was Build Back Better. Is it just Bidenomics now? Just burning down America? That's what his motto should be. Burning down America. Because then we'd actually believe. We'd believe it. We would believe it. Oh my God, Tin Man. AJ cracks me up. I think it's funny that he's with Crowder and them now. I don't know. I heard Crowder say when they were giving AJ his own slot with what they do over there, Crowder was like, we don't always agree on stuff, but he knows what he's talking about. And I'm like, I don't know. I think AJ's in a good spot with Crowder and them. I think it's kind of crazy that even happened. You would think it would be the other way around. AJ's been around for a long time, like for a really long time. And so I'm kind of surprised it went that way and not the other way around, that Crowder didn't join up with InfoWars. But I think it's because InfoWars' brand is just so damned. It's just been censored for so long that, do you really want to sign up for that? You know, and then in the same breath, it's kind of like he's getting new branding under the Mug Club stuff that they're all doing, and I feel like it's giving new life to AJ, which is pretty cool, I think, because he's obviously tippy top of the knowledge of incoming news. He has been for a long time. Anyways, we're gonna move forward to this next video. Once again, it is titled Old Man Walters endorsed Gavin Newsom.
I want to talk about Governor Newsom. I want to thank him. He's been one hell of a governor, man. Matter of fact, he could do anything you want. He could have the job I'm looking for.
All right, here's some advice, Joe. If you're running for president, don't suggest that other people you think might actually be better at the job. Joining me now, Jesse Waters, host of Waters Primetime here on Fox News. Jesse, I think this is the first time we've been on set together, correct?
It's beautiful. Let's
so
make it last.
It's so good to see you.
So good to see you, too.
What do you think of the adulation going from Biden to Newsom and then Xi to Newsom and Newsom to Xi? It's quite a triangle.
It's a love triangle.
Ooh.
And Xi is winning.
Yeah. So far.
As she always does.
Yeah.
So if I was Kamala, I'd be livid because Joe Biden just endorsed Gavin Newsom. So she's probably crying somewhere, and I've never felt bad for her.
Is she or Xi?
You know, this is like who's on first.
Who's crying now?
But Gavin Newsom fell in love with Xi. When he went to China, he saw the toboggans, he saw the intertwined tree, He ran over children playing basketball, and he just had the best time of his life. So when she came back to San Francisco, he thought it was just going to be Xi and Newsom. But then Biden comes in. And Biden gives Xi everything he wants.
Oh, no.
Was there even a deal that Joe Biden got with the Chinese?
Oh, they're curbing the fentanyl.
They're curbing the fentanyl, yes, because we trust China every time they promise something. So I don't know if Xi is playing the two off of each other. Whatever he's doing, it's working, and we're losing.
Well, Jesse, our colleague was supposed to be with us, Sean, because I think it's like, the three of us have never appeared together, but he was busy. He was busy, and he wanted to be here, especially just to hang out with you. But we went looking for him.
Oh, we did.
This is what happens when you don't join us.
Okay.
Where am I?
We're not going to watch their goofy little skit. Nobody cares about Sean Hannity. Old man Walter just looking like an idiot, like always. He's like, yeah, I'm running for primary, but Newsom, he'd probably be an even better candidate than I am. What are you talking about? Look at San Francisco. Look at California as a whole. They wanted to delete babies after they fell out. That's what they were trying to push. I don't even know. They might have passed it, considering what California likes to do. They were trying to wait like a while. You had like a trial run. You could crap the baby out and then wait like 2 months and decided if you wanted to delete it or not. Like, they're crazy people out there in California, the ones that are running the country, or the state, I mean, out there. And they want to put that person in charge of the whole country. It reminds me of Michigan, about Governor Whitmer. Our governor here in Michigan she's a tyrant. She is a tyrant. Like, she can't wait to get CCP factories here, on top of everything she did during the plague and all that kind of stuff. She's CCP herself. She loves it. Her and Old Man Walter would tag team Winnie the Pooh any day. They would Eiffel Tower Winnie the Pooh. They would enjoy it. They'd probably film the whole thing. But and then they'd blame Trump afterwards. They're both terrible people, and they have no business trying to be in charge of the country. And if that happens, you know how people, especially right now, people are like, oh, if Trump gets back into office, I'm going to leave the country. If either of those assholes get into office, people need to go buy guns. People need to get ready to 1776, because, like, we get Newsom or Whitmer or somebody like that, it's going to make the Old Man Walter administration look like nothing. Just nothing. Old Man Walter makes it look like we're accidentally becoming a communist country. But Newsom or Whitmer, they would do it on purpose. They would do it prideful, like Nazi Germany style. There'd be like flyers and stuff coming out. They're over there getting a train by the Chinese. Like, just, they would do it on purpose, proudly. And I worry that a lot of Americans still wouldn't even do anything. A part of me still believes that they could go out there on national television, Old Man Walter could, and just open fire machine gun style and just mow down Americans. And I think there'd be Americans that would watch that and not do anything. Just not do anything, not even fight back. Just be like, well, better you than me. Like, it ain't gonna come to you. Like, you ain't next in line. Because I see a lot of this tyrannical stuff happening, and I don't see anybody doing anything about it. And it makes me wonder, are people worried about crossing the line? Or do I really think there's more people that care about our rights than actually exist? And I think about that a lot when I'm thinking about how it is our constitutional duty to go defend the border right now, and none of us are going to do it. Because we know the government doesn't have our back to defend the invasion that's happening. So I feel a lot of people aren't there because of that. Because we'd be drawing the line in the sand. We'd be saying we're not going to let another person illegally enter the country, and the government's going to show up and pick their side over ours. And then all of a sudden it's 1776. And I think people don't want that fight. They don't want to have to go through it if we don't have to. We're just hoping that Orange Eagle can get in and turn this bus around. But if that doesn't happen, are people going to stand up? And a part of me feels like maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they could pull the buses up right now. Maybe they could tell us to get on the train right now. And maybe there would be a lot of people who would. I'm not. They're going to put me in the ground before I get on a train, I promise. But how many Americans feel that way? And it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder when the CCP comes to town and people are busting out Chinese flags and all waving and excited that communism came to town. That makes me wonder about the current state of America, because I never thought we would see anything like that. Old Man Walter is just running us into the ground as hard as he can, flattening us out. The earth's flat, all right. It's because Old Man Walter's running us into the ground so hard. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick before moving forward. This next one's about how Old Man Walter gets his own special version of justice because they're not going to criminally charge him over the classified documents situation. It's just wow. The country we live in right now, wow. And then Big Brother's watching. Always. Always. Astral Hammer, there better be some pretty fun Easter eggs in the AJ game. Oh, I bet there is. Just the catchphrases was like getting me. Just the turning the frogs gay and all this stuff was getting me. I love that. Cassandra, new scum is the worst. Yeah, I don't want him to be in charge of the country. 10 Man, AJ isn't stupid. They're up to something awesome. I'm sure of it. Yep. Oh, I'm sure too. Crowder and them, they're making a ton of money off what they're doing right now. I wish they would build their own castle and instead of using somebody else's stuff, but I mean, they're on their own thing. Like, I thought that was going to happen when they came out and they were like, we're going to make our own network of podcasters and live streamers and we want everybody to join up with us and we're going to create our own stuff. I thought they were going to do what I did, go build a website, encrypt it, make sure all of your stuff is safe and you can have members and all kinds of security, and then no one can come kick your tower over. Have a server, pay for it to be secure, do all that stuff. But instead they just kind of latched on to Rumble, which is fine. Rumble seems to be treating them fine. Their mug club is really just locals instead of building their own membership situation. And it's fine. You know, it's fine. But if Rumble decides to turn their back on them, or if some sort of legality happens where Rumble has to change their policies, well, then they're going to be affected by that. And they wouldn't have to be. They took a stand. They said, we're no longer going to participate in censorship. We're not going to entertain platforms that want to censor us. But then they went and latched onto somebody else that has control over their situation. And I felt like they were heading in the right direction, but they just didn't reach high enough. Like, they just didn't. And it makes me wish I would have emailed them and been like, look at what I'm doing. And then look at how much money you guys have. And see, if we, like, put our brains together, we could really develop something great over here. But now I think they're on their path far long enough to where my opinion isn't going to affect their outcome. They're latched onto Rumble. They have exclusivity contracts and stuff like that. So I don't even think they can do what I'm doing right now because of contractual situations. I just wish I would have seen that happen, that they would have built their own tower. So if Rumble decides to turn their back on everybody, they're not going to just get canned, because that can happen. Their community guidelines on Rumble are just like YouTube's. They're just not cracking down on people. They have misinformation policies and disinformation policies and all the same stuff as YouTube. But I haven't heard of them actually doing anything to any creators except for Nick Fuentes or whatever, which everybody says is a white supreme pizza. And I don't know any more about him than people calling him that. But he said something. He was doing a call to action to go hurt a group of people. And I don't know if he was speaking hypothetically or what, but they took his video down because of that. Because he was saying he wanted everybody to go do something to a group of people or whatever. And again, I don't know of the context of the wording, but something along those lines happened and they pulled his video down. That's the only time I've ever heard of Rumble cracking down on anybody. So I'm not saying Rumble is censoring people or they are going to. I'm saying that the groundwork is there. If they decide to flip a switch, they could. And they wouldn't have to give you an email or anything about it. You've already agreed to it. You've agreed to these community guidelines. But see, over on the website, I make the community guidelines. I could show you guys my butt cheek tattoo that I ain't got yet. And nobody can say anything about it. Okay, we were talking about that yesterday. Nobody could say anything about it. So, as big and financially stable as Mug Club and all those guys are, they could have built their own thing. Like, if I could do it by myself, no knowledge on nothing, just Googling determination and eagle screams, backing me up, I'm sure that he could have did the same thing and he didn't. And I don't know why. And so, I don't know. But I wish they would have did that. We'll see how it goes. I support what they do over there. I've never seen any of those guys do anything wrong, so just putting my 2 cents on it. We're going to read through the chat really quick before moving forward on how Old Man Walter gets special treatment. Sam, welcome to the home of the Hooligans. Absolutely. Astral Hammer, I didn't know you made GIFs. Let me see. We might have to make a channel or something in the group chat if we're going to be doing that. That's what we need. We need like hooligan meme makers and GIF makers and all that stuff. Edward makes memes every once in a while if you check it out on Gilded. Let's see. It's reading through. Joe, I want the hard times already. These weak men are pissing me off. We're coming into hard times. Wayward Sons, yeah, absolutely. Weak men make hard times make tough men make good times make weak men. Absolutely. I've been seeing it, watching it happen, watching it develop. Pumpkin, don't worry. God is waiting for Walter. Absolutely. He's going to have a long list of things to explain. Normal Times. Whitmer is another proponent of American idiocracy. She is a tyrant. She is a tyrant. They said that, like, they had it statewide. They made like an announcement. They were addressing Michigan and all Michiganders, and they said, if you are spreading misinformation or disinformation, don't be surprised when the state police come to knock on your door. The fuck are you gonna do? It's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You see dragons in the sky. The grass sings and dances when you go outside. You can hear the birds chirp in your favorite tune. Fuck you. You say whatever you want to say. Like, it's so stupid that she comes out and just boldly says that. And it was right after she had gotten in trouble by the Supreme Court because all of her mandates that she did over the lockdown was unconstitutional. All the stuff she made us do and the threats she put on us, charging us $1,200 if we were caught leaving our house, is unconstitutional. And they ruled it all out. They took her mandates away, and then she went on TV and was like, if you talk in a way I don't like, I'm going to send the state police after you. Oh, really? Oh, really? Are they going to have SS badges when they show up? Like, you piece of shit? I don't know. She is a tyrant. She is a tyrant. And then everybody voted her back in because of Tudor Dixon put her foot in her mouth, and she was like, I don't care if you've been sexually abused or mistreated in any kind of way. If you get baby inside, I'm not letting you delete it. I don't care if you die from it or not. And it was like, oh man, you blew it, you idiot. Your lack of compassion just blew it. And then we ended up bringing the tyrant back in, and who knows, that stuff could have been 2020 style itself. God only knows. But I know that they ran her through the ringer with those campaign ads that they had. Tudor Dixon doesn't care about people who have been raped. Blah, 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 blah. They want you stuck with that baby if it even means costing your life. And it's like, I mean, every day, like 6 times a day I was seeing that ad. I was like, the softest stupid people are going to see this ad, and they're not going to vote in Tudor Dixon. And they didn't. And I'm like, now we're stuck with the tyrant again. It's so stupid. So stupid. What's up, JB? Happy freedom. Normal Times. Michigan's AG is a woke muff eater. She is, and they're talking about impeaching her right now because, well, I don't know specifically why they're looking at impeaching her, but she is the person that was going after the 16 pro-Trumpers that they were trying to throw in prison, saying that they were rigging stuff in 2020. They're all like 80 years old and stuff. They want to throw them in prison. What's up, Mr. Beansy Beans? Happy freedom. The frogs drink Bud Light. That's what AJ says. What's up, Starbird? Happy freedom. Did you guys eat the troll? Well, we'll see if the troll comes back. I've been monitoring the situation. God rides a Harley. Is it too late to delete? Well, I can't say it that way. I can't say it the way that you're saying it because YouTube will definitely come after me. But I can't say it the way that I'm saying it because then it sounds inappropriate to talk about somebody in the position that Old Man Walter's in. But you're right. That's a funny one. I just can't say it because, you know, YouTube sucks. Let's read through. Blue Crow, yeah. You're right. The machines did it. Cloud99, the government is just organized crime. Prove me wrong. You're right on the money, Cloud99. They are. They're the new mafia. What's up, Independent? Happy freedom. White Wolf. Old man Walter will trip up the stairs on the way to heaven. He ain't going to heaven. He ain't going to heaven. The only trip he's going up the stairs is just to answer for his sins before he gets kicked down to the basement. He wants to campaign from the basement. He will for eternity. Those choices that he's making. Robert Pelosi attack trial over. Was found guilty yesterday or the day before. I hadn't heard anything about it. I knew that it was coming up, but I haven't heard anything about the Pelosi trial since it happened. Bubba, are you going to cover the Paul Pelosi hammer trial? I don't know. I maybe. Maybe. Considering what I just said, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I know what happened. We played the video, we discussed it, we laughed a lot. But as far as the trial, I don't know anything about it. I got to figure out more information before I can give any kind of answers. I would like to cover it, I suppose, if it's going to be entertaining. James, soon she'll be showing Jeff Mack clips. She better not. I mean, she could. I don't think the Michiganders will be too pissed about it. We got lots of hooligans that are Michiganders. I can't be that bad. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward. This next one's titled, No Charges to be Filed in Old Man Walter's Classified Document Scandal. It's rough. It's rough stuff. And we're going to kind of split this video into two because they talk about a few different things in this video, and I want to break it up so we could talk about them individually because they're vastly different from each other. All right, let's get it started.
CNN is reporting that the special counsel investigating President Biden's handling of classified documents will not bring any charges against the president.
Meantime, former President Donald Trump faces 40 felony counts in the investigation into the classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago. Fox News contributor and columnist for The Messenger, Joe Concha, joins us now. But Joe, before you say there's a double standard, here's CNN's Jake Tapper and Ellie Honing downplaying that double standard. Watch.
I can already anticipate what we're going to hear. This is a double standard. That Donald Trump was charged, and there's a federal case and indictments about his mishandling of classified documents, and Joe Biden is not going to be charged. Obviously, the cases are different.
There are differences between these cases based on the indictment that we've seen of Trump and Mar-a-Lago and based on what we've seen from the public reporting.
Joe, what's your reaction to that, considering they put out the public reporting, which in and of itself is biased to show, oh, there's something to see with regard to Joe, but oh, my God, Donald Trump.
Well, remember, Jake Tapper, he's a serious journalist. He's not a biased activist or anything like that. Oh, that's right, he is. This news is as surprising as the sun rising in the east and birds flying south for the winter. Of course, President Biden is not expected to be charged, despite keeping classified documents in a completely unsecure area next to his Corvette, in a garage in Delaware, and multiple other locations. It's rules for D's and not for thee. And this is why so many Americans see our justice system as weaponized, depending on who is the party in power. And that is one of the reasons why President Trump is beating Mr. Biden now in poll after poll after poll, because maybe people see this attempted prosecution of Trump. It's almost having a boomerang effect right now and almost making him a martyr at this point. And it's just, I'm not a lawyer, but it's just basic common sense. Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden mishandle classified information. Donald Trump mishandles it as well, but only one is being attempted to be prosecuted right now. It's pretty easy to connect the dots here, Carly, at this point.
Yeah. Well, James Comer, Joe, is really interested in these classified documents because he wants to know if the documents found in the garage have anything to do with the countries the Biden family was doing business with. So now that there likely won't be any charges coming down, he's going to probably try and get his hands on these documents. So this saga isn't over.
No, it is not. And elections do have consequences. And the GOP did take back the House, not by the big margins that we thought they would before that election. But nevertheless, James Comer controls the gavel right now. So whatever Jake Tapper or CNN or anybody on the left says that no, Joe Biden didn't do what Donald Trump did, James Comer will pursue this with vigor and passion that will bring this forward, and we'll see what happens from here.
Now to a story I never thought we'd even see in our life.
So anyways, like I said, we're going to split the video up. Old man Walter getting that special treatment. I can't stand the way that they talk about the document case. They act like Orange Eagle is such a bastard for having classified documents. Knowing he was president will always be. Knowing that, they just bastardize him so much. I know I just mispronounced that, but you know what I'm saying. So much. He's such a terrible person all the time. Always scheming, always wheeling and dealing. And old man Walter does everything wrong. Everything. Not just him. He passed it on to his crackhead son, who also goes around doing all the wrong things as much as he can, including taking bumps on the balcony of the White House on camera. Like, just do all the wrong things as much as they possibly can. And nothing bad ever happens. There's no consequence to their actions, at least not yet. And they act like talking about old man Walter being in possession of classified documents is silly. It's silly. But it's not. It's actually treason. It's actually one of the worst things that they could do is take classified documents out of the White House, out of where they're supposed to be stored and all that stuff. And he wasn't president at all leading up to that point. But it's ridiculous to talk about it. They don't even bring up Mike Pence anymore. They don't bring that up at all. Mike Pence had documents that they found. He's never been president. These are crimes. These are crimes. And just, no, it's ridiculous to talk about it unless you're blaming the Orange Eagle. That's it. And even the dumb, stupid, soft people in America who are wandering around with their heads so far up their ass are parroting the same thing. Oh, yeah, but he had classified documents. Oh, really? The president had classified documents? Word? Like, how dumb? How dumb? People are so dumb. They're so dumb. I just want to punch them right in the face. Like, just wake up. Wake up, you idiot. It's not okay for one guy to do it, and it is all right for the other guy to do it. That doesn't make sense. Everybody's supposed to be treated equal. The difference is the Orange Eagle was president when he took the documents out. Mike Pence and old man Walter were not. You have to be president in order to take those classified documents, declassify them, and then leave the White House with them. Mike Pence didn't do that. Old man Walter didn't do that. They weren't legally allowed to do that, yet they were in possession of classified documents. I'm not a fucking attorney, but that all seems to be really simple to figure out to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then the softest stupid people in America are just like, yeah, but the Orange Eagle had classified documents. So what? So what? He's legally allowed to do that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. People are so dumb, and I don't understand how do you live this long? How do you get into your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s when you can't see what's right in front of you? When you can't critically think on your own? When you have no problem-solving skills? How do you live so long? Do we really just have it so good in America that even if you're dumb as shit and you can't tell the difference between food and dog shit, that you're just going to stay alive by default because we just have it so good here? Is that what's happening? Are people really that fucking stupid? Like, I just can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. It frustrates me so much. I just want to educate people, and you see people behaving that way, and you're like, you can't be saved. I can't save you. You're beyond saving. You're too stupid. I can't reach you. Darn it. I don't know. It's rough stuff. Either way, we're going to read through the chat really quick before moving forward. We're going to continue on this video we were just watching as they talk about how people are watching videos that are talking about Bin Laden's letter to America. It's going all over TikTok right now, and we're going to discuss it in just a moment. Astral Hammer, I just want some semblance of what I used to think America was return. Even if we can't go as far back as the 50s. Yeah, I'd be happy with common sense. You know what's really crazy is to watch major companies here in America change what they do because of what Europe wants. Like iPhone has the Type-C charger now. They used to have their own charging port and their own cables and all this stuff that they'd charge you way too much money to get. And then Europe, the EU or whatever, decided that all cell phones need to have the Type-C charger, the oval charger, or you can't sell the product over there. So what did Apple do? Very next phone that came out, Type-C charger. Oh, you could have did that the whole time? You could have made the charging world universal for all of us, but you'd rather just charge all of us $120 for charging cables? That until Europe decided that it would benefit people to do these changes. So, boom, done. Changes that make sense. There's other things that are going on, like there's a certain iPhone, there's a specific iPhone that is putting off too much radiation right now, according to Europe's standards. The specific iPhone is putting off a level beyond regulation in Europe, and either iPhone had to do something to change it, or they could no longer legally have that phone in that country. And so now iPhone put out a new software update for that iPhone specifically to basically power it down, to not allow it to run at 100%, because then it lowers the overall radiation that's coming off the phone. Well, how come America doesn't do anything like that? How come we know there's cancer in the food? How come we know our devices are killing us and causing us to be sterile? How come we know all this bad stuff is happening here, but nobody's doing anything about it until Europe speaks up? Europe decides what's good and bad, and these companies are like, oh yeah, we can do that. No problem. We'll have that fixed by tomorrow. Meanwhile, it's killing hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans with everything around us, from our food to the things we purchase to our environment, is constantly being destroyed, or it is hazardous to us, and we all know about it. And then we just live like this. We're just wallowing in our own filth, and no one's going to help us out of it until Europe makes decisions, and then all of a sudden is just, yeah, let's do that. That'll benefit everyone, and then they actually do it. How come we don't do that here? We don't ever do anything that benefits anybody here. It only benefits the big corporations' pockets. That's it. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. It's reading through really quick. And loss of God Almighty and moral values and accepting responsibilities for one's actions. Yep. It's funny how that all went. They used to have God in school, and they took that away. And it like just goes on and on and on. They just take little things away here and there. Equality. There's no equality anymore. None. We got men and women's sports. You get special treatment based on your skin color. You get special justice depending on what label you put on yourself. You get to choose what bathroom you want to use. Like, it's a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all for heathens right now. We took anything that's contributing to having a moral compass, breaking down families, demonizing marriage, demonizing having kids, demonizing having family at all. Anything to do with family. When was the last time you seen anyone have a family dinner? Everybody's sitting on the couch, or sitting in the chair, or sitting in the room, eating food, staring at their phone. Nobody's talking to each other unless it's digitally. Like, it's all been broken down. It's all done by design because they want us to all be independent. They want us all to be confused. That's why they blur the lines of reality. That's why they tell people you can pretend to be a unicorn and we'll all pretend with you. No, we won't. Just because you're schizophrenic and you hear voices doesn't mean I'm going to pretend to hear them too. If you're a shapeshifter, you're on your own, buddy. Like, you're on your own. You can't come play in girls' sports. You can't go in their locker room. Can't use their bathroom. I'm not calling you anything. Catch these hands. That's all I got for you. It's stupid. They're doing it on purpose to make us weak, It'll be easier to take our guns. It'll be easier to step on our rights. It'll be easier to make us conform to electric self-driving cars and living in the smart cities and so on and so forth. It will be easier to control us if they make us confused and weak and divided. And that's what they're doing to us. And we're all just kind of taking it. And it sucks. It sucks. There was someone going ham the other day. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about building their own community. Try to figure out how there's like grants and stuff. If you go out in the world or in the country and you go to build your own city and recruit people to contribute to this society that you're building, you can get government grants and all this other stuff. And people are saying, this individual that was in the chat was saying, like, this is what we need to do. We need to get people who use their brains and want to live in a better society all together to actually contribute to make their own society. And I think that's a really interesting idea. I'm not ready to abandon America yet. I still think it can be saved. But at the same time, it would be nice to live in a place where everybody was kind of on the same page and just worried about things that really matter in life instead of worrying about things that don't matter. You got to have a lot of privilege in your life, not white privilege, but privilege and benefit of, you know, how the country's ran, to have so little problems that you're putting labels on yourself and asking for special treatment. There's people out there that ain't got shoes. They don't have food. They don't have a place to live. They have, you know, disabilities. They have terminal illness. They have real problems going on. And then we have these idiots out here who are like, yeah, call me a zebra because this week I'm a zebra. And, you know, 13 pronouns and all this. And if you come to Michigan with that bullshit and you don't call someone their pronouns, you do 5 years in prison. Like, I would like to live and be a part of a society of people who all kind of was on the same page and just worried about all of us progressing and moving forward and growing and being happy and whole and united all together. I think we can still do that with America, but it is interesting to know that the government gives grants to people building their own societies. I'm going to read through the chat really quick. Cassandra, I've seen some people in the vegan community trying to do that, start a little community. I just worry about the divide and conquer of it. You know, there was a lot of talk about Texas breaking away from the U.S. because of all the stuff that's been going on, like deleting babies after they've been born and that kind of stuff. And Texas has been like, I don't want no part of that. And so they keep talking about breaking off and not being a part of the U.S. But if they do that, then they are separate from us. And so if we want to invade them, that could happen. Like, they will have to abide by the same kind of treatment as a foreign country. And then when you think about it like that, you're like, well, no, I want what we have now. I just don't want the crazies. I want to push the crazies out and let them go be crazy over there. And everybody who's got common sense, well, I'll just stay here. We don't want to break away from America. We want the American dream. We just don't want the crazy people who don't make any sense and don't live in reality. And so that's what I worry about that kind of thought to form your own society. Because, I mean, we got enough hooligans. We could probably all move to an area and really be banging out a nice little society there, our own little frontier and whatnot. But then we are on our own. Like, that, we may not be acknowledged as a part of everyone else, and if somebody wants to throw smoke our way, we'll just have to defend ourselves, which, you know, hey, whatever is whatever. But I think that we can salvage what we got without having to build something new. I think. Let's run through the chat really quick. Quake, we're all slaves. Well, we're all owned by the government. We're all government assets, even though they don't acknowledge us as such. Quake, vegetables are 20% as nutritious as they were in the 40s. Like 20% less? Or 20%? I would imagine less with all the GMO. AR-16. We got these available at the merch store. I don't know why it looks all crooked the way I'm sitting. It's not crooked. It is centered. But yeah. Ugh. I can't remember when we released these. You can find it on the merch store. Matthew, when Jeff does swear, it is serious. I know. Ever since I was liberated from YouTube, as much as being demonetized has really hurt what we do, I no longer have to worry about my videos being monetized, demonetized, age restricted, stuff like that, because YouTube doesn't pay the bills anymore. And so I've been liberated, and so is my speech. And my vulgar mouth has caused people to walk away. But at the same time, I think that the people who support me even more, because you're getting that much more of a genuine me than you were getting before. I don't mean to be vulgar, I'm just passionate about what I talk about. Zero, you got the sticker on your Jeep? That's awesome. I'm gonna put one on the Subaru. I know that throws people off. Driving by the Subaru, it's got gun stickers all over it. They're like, who the fuck is driving this? The Hooligans. That's this head hooligan over here. Zero, I like genuine Jeff. I like you too, Zero. Garlic press. They're not just stupid, they're brainwashed and gullible. Yeah. And I don't know how people even get through that. The only thing I can think of is that you were raised soft. If you're gullible and you're like, you know, everybody gets tricked and stuff, and sometimes I'm too trusting and people take advantage of me, and it's because I want to see the good in everybody. So it's not necessarily just being gullible, but when you're one of those individuals out there who are just lost in the world and you're just parroting things that you're hearing and you don't look into it at all, you're just talking out of your ass, right? And then when somebody kind of informs you that's what you're doing, then they just get bent out of shape, they don't change their ways, and then they continue to talk out of their ass. The only thing I can think of is their life was too easy when they were a kid. Their parents failed them. They either babied them too much or like kept them in the bubble, or I don't know what the hell happened, but they made it to adulthood without any critical thinking skills. Like when I was younger, you could get your ass beat at school so bad that you could die when I was in elementary school. And so you had to be smart enough to not only pick your battles, but pick your friends, because it could be your friends that are getting you jumped, or whooping your ass to take your shoes because you got nicer shoes than they do, or whatever it may be. You had to analyze the situation because every day felt like life or death. And I don't remember a time in my life where I didn't feel that way. I mean, the people who were raising me were beating my ass, like hardcore. And so I don't really remember a time where I wasn't worried or concerned for my own safety or well-being. Like, and I know that sounds selfish, but when you live in a harsh environment, you have a different perspective on life. You have a different perception when you're reading people. You're not just reading them to decide if you like them or not, or if you want to have a conversation with them or not. You're sizing them up. If things go left, what are you going to have to do to stop this person from beating your ass or hurting who's with you? And I look at every single person that way, no matter where I'm at. Even if I go into an old folks home, I'm looking around like, who's going to be the troublemaker in here in case I got to put somebody down? Because I was raised that way. I mean, nobody taught me, hey, you might get your ass beat, you better look out for trouble. I had to learn the hard way. I had to catch a couple punches in the face before I realized you need to be worried about punches in the face. And so when I see these stupid brainwashed people out here who are just wandering around and, oh, communism's great and we want that, they must have had a really easy life growing up, because they do not have the skills inside them to understand when trouble is staring them in the face. When they're asking to have their life in danger by welcoming communism, or even worse, socialism, which is just pretty communism, walking up to the door, they don't have real survivability skills built into them. And it's not just the difference between being alpha or a sheep. They just don't have it in them. They developed into adulthood without it. And so that's what I mean when I see those people and I'm like, can you really be rescued at this point? Can you even be red-pilled? Can you wake up? Is there anything to wake up inside? It's like they're running on autopilot and they act like these problems don't affect them. When they can't stand paying gas prices, but they don't hate it enough to blame old man Walter for it. Like, okay, just sit there and be fucking miserable then, but at least keep your mouth shut so we don't have to hear you. That's how I feel half the time. Of course, you can't silence anybody. The best you could do is walk away. We're not fascists over here, but Goodness, hearing stupid people talk burns me up. Mr. Beansy Beans, there should be a restaurant called Make Punches Great Again. We'll start one. We'll start a food chain. Could you imagine if we had delivery? Hey, we're trying to deliver your punch in the face, but you didn't answer the door, so we're calling to make sure you're home. Oh, yeah, I forgot we ordered those punches in the face. They're at the door right now. I'll go pick them up. I forgot you placed that order to catch that punch in the face. That's awesome. I was starving. God rides a Harley. Most people didn't have two parents. Yeah, I didn't have two parents. I've never seen my mom and dad together except for when we went to court for custody. And I was like 12 years old. And that was the only time I've ever seen my mom and dad at the same time. That was it. Otherwise, I've never even seen them talk to each other at all. Not without an attorney present. And I would just spend time with them. I lived with my great-grandparents. I lived with a great-grandparent, and then when the seasons would change, I would go stay with the other one, because even they couldn't stand each other. My family is like the iconical dysfunctional family. It's like the Addams family, but if they all hated each other. And it's like, that's what it's like. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm grown. I live on my own now. What they do is all on them. Doesn't affect me. I live very far away from all my family. The ones that are still alive. What do you want, Klaus Daniels? You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the hooligans? I almost ran your tail over. Ugh. Say hi. Ugh. Get your big booty up here. Come on, big flap. Ugh. Say hi. You say hi? They hear you when you're on the floor talking to me. So they know. They know you can talk. The feds are watching. Is that why you ain't gonna talk? There's feds in the chat. They don't care that you can talk, buddy. You'd be fine. Smack your booty right on the live. They can see me smacking your booty. Hard life. This poor cat. Poor giant cat. Gotta take a Klaus break. Go refill your coffee. What's that, buddy? Trump 2024. Oh, damn. Look at this big flop. All right, let's get your booty going. Jesus, he probably wants a snack. Me too. Me too. Anyways, so we're going to move on to this second half of this video. It's titled Bin Laden's Letter to America. This stuff is... I have an opinion about it. This video and the next one is Josh Hawley. They're both kind of talking about TikTok. They're both talking about this letter from Osama bin Laden, but in different kind of ways. So just know that. These next two videos are all kind of linked together. Let's get it started.
Lifetime. Young people on TikTok are now praising Osama bin Laden after his letter to America goes viral amid the Israel-Hamas war. Here are just some of the things that we see. Promoting videos on TikTok, promoting the letter. Some of the quotes from the videos include, after reading it, I'm just disgusted with America even more. America's the bully. TikTok is going to save this generation. And this letter makes some great points. To be clear, this is the letter that basically explains why he killed so many innocent Americans on that fateful day in our country. Did you ever think the brainwashing of our kids, Joe, would go so far as to praise Osama bin Laden?
Todd, this is so beyond disturbing. We now have those who are millennials in large numbers supporting Osama bin Laden, the man responsible for almost 3,000 deaths, while also participating in anti-Israel protests after the worst attack on Jews that was carried out on October 7th that left 1,400 people in Israel brutally slaughtered or kidnapped or raped or otherwise, and 33 Americans dead. And the fact that more Americans now are getting their news from TikTok than many other legitimate news sources. TikTok, a spy app courtesy of the Chinese Communist Party that Joe Biden so openly embraced in San Francisco, that tells you that we have a serious information crisis on our hands, especially with young adults in our country, guys.
Yeah, well, having just been at the Patriot Awards and seeing the thousands of people who love this country. I firmly believe that there are more people who would be horrified by this TikTok trend than support it. But it is still very concerning. The fact that this even happened is mind-blowing to so many. Yeah. So tomorrow is Saturday.
They go on to talk about baseball or, I don't know, some sport. Anyways, so they're talking on there about how there's people that are praising bin Laden and all that on TikTok. Now, of course, you already know. These are the same soft and stupid people out there waving Chinese flags in San Francisco right now. You already know. It's the same stupid soft people out there that are crying about shit going on in the Middle East when they were born and raised in America and they don't even know anything about the Middle East. Their buddies are all bent out of shape, so they need to hit the streets too. They need to cry in solidarity. It's the same people. The problem is they're being masked by truth seekers. And people don't understand this. There's like an age barrier to TikTok. There's a certain age group that it's like, I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in the 30s and up. Most of those people do not like TikTok. They view it as a stupid app that started with kids dancing and that was it. Stupid songs, stupid dances, kids being stupid, dumb pranks and challenges and stuff like that. And never left that mindset. They just accepted that's what TikTok is. But TikTok has evolved to being, I don't want to say a censorship-free platform because it's not. There is censorship there. But it's different. It's different because it's not controlled by our government. So when something happens and the government calls Facebook, and they call Twitter, and they call Instagram, and they call YouTube, and they call all these other American platforms, and they say, don't show this, take this down, don't let this guy talk, ban this person's account, and do all that stuff, they can't do that to TikTok. And so TikTok will allow certain things to slip through that all the other platforms have banned. And so people go there to see things that is censored everywhere else. And so they're seeking the truth. These radicals who support communism and all this stuff, they're the ones that are like fueling the fire over on TikTok. They're the ones keeping the platform going for the most part. Is because over there they can all group together and be a bunch of rainbow-haired weirdos because a lot of conservatives aren't even on the app because a lot of conservatives are older and they've worked and earned things and they don't have time for stuff like TikTok. So on TikTok, they kind of have a stronghold going of liberal mindsets, of radicals and stuff like that. And so they get to go there and go, oh yeah, Osama bin Laden, he was right, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and they can say stuff like that without having a whole lot of blowback by conservatives in the chat. And so they say things like that. But when people are talking about how TikTok is going to like free America and stuff, those are quotes from truth seekers who can't find news anywhere else because the news they're looking for is banned everywhere. But it's not banned on TikTok because China doesn't care about censoring people like AJ and Elon and Russell Brand, and CCP doesn't care about that. They want to pollute us in their own way. They don't want to censor people that the American government has a problem with. They don't care about that. They have their own priorities over on TikTok. So videos that are banned everywhere, you can see them on TikTok. And so a lot of truth seekers are there doing just that. And now you could do the same or similar on Twitter because, you know, Twitter's somewhat liberated a little bit. There's still people that are getting cracked down on and suspended and stuff. I've still never been suspended or had any problems on Twitter, but there's a lot of hooligans that have. So I'm not going to say it's free speech, but there's things that you can watch on TikTok that you can't watch anywhere else. And a lot of the videos that you see on Twitter are actually from TikTok. TikTok is still the lead as far as content creation goes. So when new news breaks, it's on TikTok first. When there's new video footage of something coming out, especially in foreign countries, TikTok is the first to know. And then everybody takes those videos and then they repost them over on Twitter. That's why you rarely see a video on Twitter that doesn't have a TikTok mark in the corner. Same thing on YouTube. YouTube Shorts, they'll get videos that are years old I mean, it goes from 6 months old to years old, and people will be in the comments like, oh, I can't believe this happened this week. No, you're watching old ass videos. Like, YouTube is like the bottom of the pit. They're just like the catch-all. Hardly anything hits YouTube first. It hits TikTok, then it hits Twitter, then it hits YouTube, then it goes to the meta platforms like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. That's how the information trickles down. And so it's different. It's a different environment. But on top of believing that TikTok is only a platform for kids to do dumb dances and pranks and challenges and stupid stuff like that, people have also added to that thought process of how they view TikTok, because the government is now telling you that it's a Chinese spy app and they steal all your information and all this stuff, and it's big scary stuff. And a lot of people already don't like TikTok. So they just go, yeah, that's one more reason to not like TikTok. When has the government ever told you anything that was worth listening to, though? And why is it that everybody who understands that just lowers the standard when it comes to TikTok? Like, you don't believe what the government tells you any other time until they tell you to ban TikTok. And then you're like, yeah, we're going to ban TikTok. They're not doing anything more to you than any other app is doing. They're really not. And we're not going to talk about it a whole lot because that's the point of the next video we're going to watch. But TikTok is just different than other apps by the way that they are censoring things. I'm not saying that TikTok is great or anything like that. I have lots of problems with TikTok. We went in hardcore yesterday about how it's a trap and the way it's ruining our kids' minds and stuff because of dopamine addiction. We went into them hardcore yesterday. So I'm not trying to stand up for TikTok. I'm telling you to stand back and look at everything. Look at everything on the table. See what's there. And think about how people are telling you to think about it. What your thoughts should be, says the government or senators or whoever. Just stand back and look at it, because if it's not controlled by our government, what all does that include? That includes censorship. And what's really funny is think about all this while we're listening to Senator Hawley talk about TikTok, because he's big on the TikTok ban. I believe he's the one that wrote the bill, that he's the one that is like first in line to try and ban TikTok. And I like Hawley. I like Josh Hawley. But there's something weird about all this TikTok stuff. And so we're going to get into this next video here before I read through the chat, just because it all ties together. This next one is titled Hawley Rails Against CCP Linked TikTok After Bin Laden Letter Spreads. Click clacking on my new keyboard. I love this keyboard. Thank you so much, Donna Sparks. I think that every day. I go click click. Thanks, Donna Sparks. Every day I do that. All right, let's get this started.
All right, joining us now, Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. He weighed in last night calling TikTok a, quote, geyser of terrorist propaganda and the most effective surveillance tool a foreign government ever invented. Senator Hawley joins us now. Senator, if that's the case, and I believe you know a lot more about this than I do, if that's the case, why do we allow Americans to even download it? Why aren't we stopping it?
We should be stopping it, Sean. We should ban it. And listen, I think communist China right now is just laughing. I mean, you've got Joe Biden, who is bowing and scraping and begging Xi to be nice to him while China walks all over us. And then you've got TikTok, which is basically the social media arm of the Chinese Communist Party. And they're spewing this anti-American propaganda, this virulent anti-Israel, anti-Semitic propaganda. And I think they're just sitting back and they can't believe that we're letting them get away with it. We shouldn't be letting them get away with it. Sean, here's the deal on TikTok. It tracks everything you do on your phone. It tracks everywhere you go, every text message you send, every email you write, and it's all that information, all of it's available to the Chinese Communist Party. It's an espionage tool. It's a propaganda machine, and we ought to ban it.
I know I've heard people like you say it, and I'll be honest, Senator, I have so much respect for you. I don't know as much about it. Believe it or not, my staff does not trust me with my own social media, and I have no access to it. I got into too many fights with Alec Baldwin and Jimmy Kimmel and many other famous people, so I don't even know the passwords to my account at this point. But in all seriousness, if we know this, that would be a clear and present danger to our national security, just like Joe's open borders is a clear and present danger to our national security. These are basic, simple, fundamental things that our government ought to be doing, and they're not doing it. They seem to want to talk more about climate change than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, you think about this. Joe Biden here, he wants to beg China to be nice to him because he's so focused on trying to destroy this economy. He's so focused on all the foreign wars that he's embroiled in. So here he is begging China. He doesn't want to get crosswise with him. Joe Biden also doesn't want to offend these voters. I mean, the increasingly radical fringe element in this country that are his base. I mean, this pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas people, you see them rioting at the DNC. That's the new base of the Democrat Party. He's desperately afraid to offend them, so he doesn't want to do anything about any of this. And the truth is, Sean, we ought to be standing up here for what is true, what is right, and also, frankly, what is good for America. It is not good for America to have a spy app out there where the Chinese Communist Party can track everything we do. And I'll just point this out. You know, the United States military, all branches of the armed forces have banned service members from having TikTok and using TikTok. It's because it's a security threat. It's because they don't want them tracked by communist China. We should protect our kids in the same way. We ought to ban this thing.
Senator, then can you explain why every U.S. senator, every congressman, every elected official is not united if that's the case? How come that's not being accomplished?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with money, if you want to be honest, Sean. I mean, TikTok, like all these other big tech companies, has a powerful, powerful lobby in Washington, D.C. You know how this goes. Follow the money always. And what you've seen is TikTok has spent millions and millions of dollars trying to say, oh, no, actually, it's okay. We don't really spy on you. We protect Americans' data. It's all false. We've had whistleblowers come forward from TikTok and say America's personal information, our personal information, is available and accessible in China, that members of the Chinese Communist Party can access it. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for any American. And we ought to take a stand here and ban this thing.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
Well, like I said, I like Josh Hawley. I think he's a badass. But there isn't one thing that he just said about TikTok that he himself did not say about Facebook and Twitter and Google when they brought all of them to the Senate to discuss how they're infringing on the right to privacy for every American. He literally said the same exact stuff about those three platforms, those three American platforms I just listed, as he just said about the CCP TikTok app. They track your emails, they track your GPS, they track your text messages, they track your phone calls, they track where you go on the internet. As soon as you make a Facebook account, you've agreed for them to track you forever. And they do. They do. We sat here live and watched Hawley grill all those guys and pull their analytics and pull all their statistics and their conversations, that they not only keep track of all of our information, they sell it. They sell it to other social media groups to not only profit, but to maximize the advertisement, because that's their claim for reason to track us and everything we do, is to understand what we like so they can shove more ads in our face. Supposedly, that's what it is. Now, Hawley went after them because they're infringing on Americans' right to privacy, but there was something else, and I want to say it was an infringement on our free speech because they're delegating what we can and can't say. Now, that was before I understood what Section 230 was, and I was all like, yeah, they are censoring our free speech, which they are, but they're doing it because Section 230 allows them to do that. We need to do away with Section 230, which specifically lists that they have the right to pull down our content, even if it is constitutionally protected. It literally says that in Section 230. So it doesn't matter what you have going on social media, even if it is constitutionally protected, they will take it down and there is no consequence for it. So any cries for free speech and stuff on social media is falling limp. There's no one to hear it. Nobody's going to stand on your side because they're following what they're allowed to do by crushing your freedom of speech. And that's messed up. We need to do away with that. But now he's saying we need to do away with TikTok because of those reasons, being it China's doing it. It's fine when America takes all of our stuff, our government takes our information, tracks us, tracks what we're saying to each other, how we communicate, what we're communicating, where we're going, when we're on the phone, when we're awake, when we're asleep. It's fine for our government to track us, but if CCP does it, then we need to ban TikTok. And I keep telling you guys, TikTok is not the only thing in the TikTok ban. We're going to lose Telegram. We're going to lose a bunch of apps. We may even lose Discord, because I don't think Discord is hosted in America either. I think it's hosted in Australia or something like that. There's a lot of apps that we're all used to using, especially since the hardcore crackdown of censorship in 2020. We all left places like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and stuff to find better platforms that aren't going to crack down on us for just talking, posting, and networking, communicating with each other, so on and so forth. We found new apps. Well, a lot of these apps that we've grown accustomed to using just to kind of like hide away from the censorship, we wouldn't have access to them anymore if they passed the TikTok ban. Now, they've convinced so many people that TikTok is still just a goofy dancing app with kids acting like idiots, and so people are like, yeah, ban TikTok. Well, you're going to lose Telegram too. You're going to lose all the places where you consider still being able to have free speech. You're going to lose that too. And not only are you going to lose it, you're supporting it. So I'm not telling you that TikTok is a good thing. I'm not telling you to go install TikTok. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Understand that you need to stand back. Don't be first in line in this race. Stand back and kind of look at what's happening. The government's telling us that we should hate TikTok, that we should ban TikTok. Nobody seems to have a problem with that. But everybody understands when the government shows up and they say they're here to help, what do? You run. You run. They're not here to help you. So when they tell you that this is a big, scary, bad app, you need to think to yourself, why? Why? They keep saying, oh, the Chinese are spying on your data. What does that do? They don't ever tell you. You notice that? They don't ever tell you why you should be scared of that. What happens if the CCP is watching me stroke my horse meat? What happens? Nothing happens. What happens if they see me taking pictures of my cat? Nothing. What happens when they see me posting on Twitter, taking the CCP, I almost said Democratic, dictator, and putting Winnie the Pooh's head on him? What happens? Nothing happens. Because Facebook sells your data to China too. All these companies do. They all do. How many of you people have ordered from Temu? Where do you think that comes from? Or Alibaba? You know what I mean? Like, you're not really justifying hating TikTok. You're not really justifying hating the CCP. You don't actually have any substance backing it up. You're kind of just parroting what you've been told to like and not like. Now, I don't want the CCP. I don't want communism. I don't like communism, and I know from history, from reading, why I don't want communism. But when the government shows up and they tell you to hate TikTok, and they're secretly banning Telegram and other apps underneath the big phrase of banning TikTok, the TikTok ban. But then they're hiding all this crap in it underlined. You need to ask yourself, why? What is happening here? Now, again, I don't like TikTok. I don't like half these social media apps. I don't really like social media at all. Now, obviously, it is important for me to reach as many people as possible to bring them here to the live. Got to use social media for that. So when I go on TikTok and I'm going on Facebook and I'm going on these platforms, not only am I working, right, but I'm watching how people are behaving. I'm watching the way they're communicating, the things they're posting. I'm also watching how they're being treated. When there's cries for help, when people are saying I'm being censored, or this person's allowed to do this on this platform, but I'm not allowed to. I know what it's like to be in those shoes. And so I pay a lot of attention to what's happening, how it's happening, and what platform it's happening on. You hooligans are free to do what you want. But I'm telling you, when people are getting excited about TikTok bans and stuff like that, you need to stand back for a second and hear what people are saying. And try to think, why? Why is this happening? Not, do I like it or not like it? Do I want to be a part of TikTok or not be a part of TikTok? But why is society reacting this way? Why are people in society being treated this way when on this platform? Kind of analyze the situation. It reminds me of when the Orange Eagle got banned on Twitter, and everybody thought that was great. Oh, no more mean tweets, ha ha ha. Until they started getting banned, till they started getting censored, till me and you started getting suspended. It wasn't funny anymore. It wasn't cool anymore. Felt like communism. felt like we were being silenced in the community, right? They can't do that in real life out here in the real world. If we organize and we communicate and an officer gets between us and says, stop talking, it's not an officer anymore. That's Gestapo now. But we allow it to happen on the internet because we're used to it. We are conditioned to accept communism on the internet, where we currently hang out. More people hang out on the internet than they do in real life. We can have a billion examples of that. They're conditioning us for communism. They're making us used to abiding by community guidelines. So when they enforce them in the real world, we'll just go, okay. Just click the I agree box and then next. That's what they're doing. They're conditioning us. They're watering the patriotism down out of us to comply with community guidelines and communism. So when they're telling you to ban something, when they're telling you that you shouldn't like something, stand back and ask why. Ask yourself, why is the government saying this to me? Because I'm telling you, it'll change your perspective of things. Again, I'm not telling you to go download TikTok. Just wonder what the government's doing when they're saying stuff like that. We're going to read through the chat really quick. We got one more video left about how Texas is fighting against border crossers. Cassandra, I heard people who use Temu have been finding their personal info on the deep web. Oh, I guarantee it. All those cheap, gimmicky websites like Alibaba and all that, that stuff is all CCP. That stuff is all info grab. All of it is. That's why you can get a hoodie for $2. Things like that, because it's knockoff quality, and they're really just trying to get your info. The lady across the hall here from me, she gets Temu stuff every day, and she's one of those people that are out there shuffling around buying pills out by the dumpster. And I'm waiting for her to have a catastrophe. That these people out here are always making bad choices, so I've been just waiting. I don't order from any of those sites. I know people that have, and they like what they've received, and they're not concerned. And I've had to learn over the years to stop informing the people who are connected to me in real life of all the things that I got going on in here, because all of us are watching the news live. The people who are connected to me in real life do not want to fucking hear it. They do not want to hear it. The last thing they want is a Jeff Mack rant happening in their passenger seat or in their living room. They can't stand it. And so when I see like Temu bags and stuff like that, it's like, okay, you're making your bed. I'm watching it happen. You let me know when things go left. And I don't know. It is what it is. Here, Juice is the chapstick. I saint it. I know I flashed my chapstick right in front of you, hooligans. Let's read through chat really quick before we get to this last one. Melissa, my lips are a little chapped. That's what she said. Christy Star, what am I checking? Let me see. Let me read through really quick. Christy Star, your name would be highlighted. Let me see, Christy Star. Because your name's not highlighted on Rumble. And it should be if you join the membership program. WMM, if you're hearing me right now, we could probably do that. I'll hit you up after the live, my dude. Let's see. Brain. Okay. Christy Star. While I'm doing this, you guys should check out the description. Click any of those links you see down there. I spend a lot of time keeping those descriptions updated, keeping links in there that are active. If you would like to contribute to the live to keep us running, we're live every day except for Sunday. You got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Snooks. Hopefully that's not current. Christy Star, I don't see any notifications for you. Let me check locals really quick, because I would like to get to the bottom of this before we have anybody else go through this. I'm sorry that you're going through this, Christy Star. Christy Star, right now it shows you as a monthly supporter through Locals, but not necessarily through Rumble. If you use the Linktree link, it must just be for Locals. It must be for Locals specifically. Okay. I see what happened. I guess the link on the Linktree is for the Locals membership only, not for the Rumble membership. So I will turn that off right now before we have anybody else go through this. Apparently the only way to join the Rumble membership program is to click that subscribe button in the chat. And if you're on Android and you're using the app, you can't see the subscribe button. So you have to go to the Rumble website, come to the live, hop in the chat, and then click the subscribe button. And apparently that is the only way to join the membership program on Rumble. Join Rumble. Okay, so I just turned that off on the Linktree so people don't accidentally click that. Yeah, so I guess that's what's gonna have to happen, Christy Star. I will see what I got to do to get you a refund for Locals, and then, like I said, you will have to go through Rumble. Christy Star, you got to click subscribe. I think you went through the join button. The join button, it just makes you a part of Locals, but the subscribe button is gonna get you the membership through Rumble. Christy Star, I can't do it for you. I'm not able to. I mean, I could do it after the live. I could go and do it for you through your account maybe, and then you would just change your password or whatever and reclaim control over the account. But I can't do it as an administrator or anything like that. I don't have any access. They actually don't even tell me how many members there are. I have no idea how many hooligans are official hooligans over on Rumble because they don't tell me. Their analytics does not show that stuff yet. So I don't have the availability to do that. Let's see. Let's read through. Joe, my wife thinks that my Trump hat will make people attack me, so she doesn't want me to wear it anywhere. So I wear my Kill Tyrant shirt instead. That's awesome. That's a tough one. I've heard a lot of people kind of talk like that, saying they don't want to have MAGA stuff because they're worried about being attacked by radicals. But one, how can you find the radical if you never trigger them? And two, how can we hold them accountable if we don't give them the opportunity to behave like radicals? So I don't want bad things to happen to people. And if you're not in a position to physically defend yourself, if you had to in a situation like that, then obviously don't, pick your fights. But if you are fit to fight and you want to wear MAGA stuff and stuff like that, you're a free hooligan, and a radical wants to behave like a radical, well, by all means, don't stop being a free hooligan because there's radicals out there. Let them behave the way that they choose. And if you have to defend yourself, well, you have the right to do that, within legal means, and then hold their ass accountable. Call the police, make the police do what they're supposed to do as much as you can. Hold them assholes accountable. Let them know you're pressing charges. You got to make an example out of them. Their parents failed them, right? They've never been held accountable in their life. Never had to do chores. Didn't have to live up to anybody's expectations. Now they're a bunch of lowlifes wandering around in our great America. And so, be a free hooligan. Wear what you're going to wear. And when people get bent out of shape, God bless them. Because you don't have to change the way you walk because of what someone else does. I was thinking about that a lot, wearing hooligan stuff. I wasn't wearing it outside of the house because I figured it would be an easier way to identify me. Because if I'm wearing hat and sunglasses and stuff like that, you're not going to necessarily just spot me right off the rip. Whereas if I'm wearing Jeff Mac stuff, you're going to go, oh, I know those, those designs. And then you can see my face and you're going to be like, that gappy tooth motherfucker right there, that's Jeff Mac. And then, it puts a target on me. But at the same time, I was like, well, I want all the hooligans to wear my stuff. But I don't want to wear it because I'm worried about being targeted. And so then I put myself through the same thought process. And I'm like, well, nah, because people want to get bent out of shape about what I got on. That doesn't give them the right to do anything about it. And I shouldn't have to change what makes me happy, my pursuit of happiness, just because of what someone else thinks or what someone else may do. And so I don't think like that now. Now I'm just like fit to fight. That's all I think about. As long as I can defend myself, I'm not worried about the other stuff. They want to act like radicals, they'll get put down like one. That's fine. Doesn't matter to me. One less radical and the world would be fine. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And that's what I say every time I leave the house. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm going to make the best choices I can. I'm going to be as whole and as happy as I can. And I'm going to be as free as I legally can. And fuck anybody that wants to stand in the way of that. And I want all of you hooligans to walk the same walk. Because ain't nobody coming to save us. And we're all in this together. And we got to be on the same page. There's radicals out there. And there's nothing you could do to stop it. So keep walking your walk and be as happy as you can. And fuck those other people. All day. I'm on it today. I'm on it today. AR-16 got that semi-automatic chapstick. Oh. Locked and loaded. It's locked and loaded. I never leave the house without it. You hooligans crack me up. Snooks, it would remove VPN too. Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot about that. That TikTok ban also makes it, if you use a VPN, you could do like 20 years in prison. You will no longer legally be allowed to use a VPN if they do the TikTok ban. And then that kind of makes you go, hold up now. Are we still free? Are we still free when they're saying stuff like that? And I think that would change a lot of people's tune, because a lot of people that don't like TikTok like VPNs. And if you support the TikTok ban, you don't care that much about your VPN. I've already said what I think about VPNs. I don't care that much about them. But I know there's a lot of people who do, and they really rely on them. And so that's another thing to think about. Quake, I'm going to buzz my head and wear minimum facial hair for you, Jeff. I appreciate you, Quake. I'd probably be bearded out, but I can't even grow it. Like, I've never shaved right here. It just, nothing grows here. I don't even have sideburns. Like, it stops right here. Just nothing grows here. What's really funny is I get 3 hairs right here on both sides. Just 3 little, like, eyebrow hairs. Like, thick whiskers. I'm growing whiskers. Like a cat. And I mean, it might be cool when I get older, but right now it's concerning. I've been bit by all these damn brown recluses. I thought I was going to get Spider-Man powers. Instead, I'm becoming a cat. I blame Klaus for this. This is Trump's fault. This is Trump's fault. The Orange Eagle did it again. I don't know why I sound like Randy Man Savage. Yeah, brother. Snap it to a Slim Jim. What's up, Red Wagon? Happy Freedom. Thank you so much, Mr. Beansy Beans, for gifting a sub over on Twitch. I appreciate you, Mr. Beansy Beans. Thank you. What's up, Stern? Happy Freedom. Mr. Beansy Beans, the old additive is he who laughs last will laugh best. And that was Trump that laughed the loudest and the best. Absolutely. I don't know. We got to get Orange Eagle back. Did you guys see, what his name, Michael something? He's some celebrity that is, ever since the plague, he's been making stupid ass videos. He's like, oh, you don't want to wear a compliance cloth? You want to kill my grandma? You're a bastard. You shouldn't be allowed to live in America. And all this stuff. I can't think of his name. It's Michael something. And he's always ranting and raving about how people don't want to participate in blue team antics, especially during the plague and the lockdowns and stuff. He was pro lockdown, pro getting the jab. He wanted 6 boosters. Like, I mean, he was all that stuff. He just made a video yesterday talking about how he's going to vote for Trump because he doesn't think any of us are going to be able to survive another 4 years of old man Walter. And I thought that was mildly humorous. Mr. Beans and Beans, you got 300 subs on Twitch? That's awesome. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Keep it rolling. Lone Wolf, Bin Laden wore a Timex Explorer watch just like mine. Well, if that doesn't put you on a list, Lone Wolf. CIA is like, what'd he say? What's his name? Writing you down on the list. That's all right. We're all on a list somewhere. God rides a Harley. I'm an open book. It's a pop-up, but still. Right. My life's a movie. I don't like reading a whole lot of words. Just watch it on video. Non-GMO, you can't please everyone. Sometimes you have to please yourself. Yep. Amen. When I get into those kind of thoughts, I always try to remember I live my life by like analogies and catchphrases. That's probably really stupid, but it's worked. It's worked so far. But when I think about that, because I am very much a people pleaser, and I really, really struggle with it. And when I'm really hard on myself about it, and then I see disgruntled hooligans, it just really beats me up. Because I just really want all of you guys to be really happy, but I want you to also be connected in a way that's not offered anywhere else, where we can actually unite without the crazies and be normal people and discuss things that would actually help all of us, not just hooligans, but just America in general, and just be real regular. And I think that we have that when other people don't. Like, I was shocked when I found out that Salty Cracker doesn't like have a Discord or a Gilded or anything for the Salty Army, and then like Mug Club, right? But they're only exclusively through locals. And like people are like, you should be on Discord. I'm like, boom, Discord. They're like, Discord has a lot of community guidelines. I don't like being censored. Here's Gilded. Well, you know, I really like using Telegram. Here's Telegram. Like, I mean, it's just like that. I'm like, what do you want? All right. And that day I go get it. So many people were like, do you have Zelle? Like, oh, I donate, but you don't have Zelle. Next day, here's Zelle. And I try to just provide what everybody wants to make everyone whole and happy, because none of us are exactly the same. But at the same time, I get really burned out, and then I have to think it's really hard to pour into someone else when you are empty inside. And now those are the times you have to recharge your batteries. You got to do stuff for you. You got to love yourself. How you expect people to love you if you don't love you? And so when I get empty and I'm getting burned out and I'm trying my hardest and it feels like nothing is working, I start to kind of look back at that and be like, you can't pour into others if you don't have anything inside. And that's when you got to break away and invest in yourself and get back tip top, get your batteries recharged, back to the mission, back to people pleasing and whatnot. Let's see. D-Cat, I'm a happy hooligan all the time. That's what I like to hear. All right, we're going to move on to this next one. It's titled, this is our last one. It's titled, Abbott rumored to endorse Trump during border visit. And I believe that's on Sunday. Trump's going to be live Saturday, and then he's supposed to visit the border on Sunday. I don't know if we're going to cover it on Sunday. I'm considering it. It depends on how my Sunday goes. But I believe we are going to be covering the Orange Eagle on Saturday. I don't think it's a rally. I think he's speaking at an event. That's all I know for now. Let's get it started.
Joining us now from House Homeland Security, Congressman Carlos Jimenez. Congressman, it's good to see you again. So this story, former President Trump, he's heading to the Texas border this weekend. He's going to join Texas Governor Greg Abbott to serve meals to state troopers and members of the Texas National Guard stationed at the border. What do you think of this?
I think it's a good idea. I think it brings a spotlight to what's happening at the border. Not that the spotlight has been put on it already, but what's going on at the southern border is a disgrace. It's a national embarrassment, and it lays at the feet of President Biden, the Secretary Mayorkas, and the federal government for not doing the job that they're supposed to do, which is protect the American people in general and the people of Texas in particular.
You know, Republican Texas Governor Abbott, he's expected to sign a new law, a new state law that would make it a state crime to cross the Texas border illegally. It gives law enforcement the power to arrest and deport illegal immigrants. It's going to appropriate $1.5 billion to build a border wall, but Mexico says it categorically rejects this new Texas law.
That's great. I really don't care what Mexico thinks. I think that look, when the when the federal government fails to protect America in general and Texas in particular, when President Biden does not abide by our immigration laws and basically does whatever they want, Mayorkas does whatever he wants, and you have this open border policy, which is not part of our immigration law, Texas is doing what it has to do, and the governor is doing what he has to do in order to protect his constituents, which are the citizens and the residents of Texas. And so, this has been forced on him by the inaction, actually the on-purpose inaction of the federal government, and his state is being overrun. He said enough, and he's going to take matters into his own hand, and I applaud him for it.
Congressman, yes, you got to wonder who is watching the store in D.C. I mean, FBI Director Wray testified he doesn't know where the terrorists on the terror watch list who got caught crossing the border, he doesn't know where they are. We did the math. Under this Biden White House, 1,242 terrorists were caught. Not to mention, we don't know who was in the 800,000 to 900,000 gotaways.
Oh, no, the gotaways are much more. Gotaways are close to 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Mayorkas or anybody else saying that, hey, don't worry about the gotaways, we don't think that there are terrorists in there. Secretary Wray made a point. It took only 20 terrorists to pull off 9/11. And so we got 2 million people. We have the faintest idea who they are. We don't even know where they are. We don't know why they're here. We don't know their nationality. We know nothing about them because they got away. So you're going to tell me that there's not at least 20 terrorists there? There's probably cells that have come through and gotten away. Look, we're looking at different kinds of immigrants that are coming through right now that we are encountering. They're coming from all over. They're coming from Africa. They're coming from the Middle East. They're coming from China, which is an adversary nation. And so, yeah, in there, I'm sure there are a number of terrorists. And so we are at much greater risk today than we were before Biden took office.
Congressman Jimenez, thanks for joining us. It's good to see you.
Okay. It's weird because I haven't heard any more about the federal government going after Texas because of the buoys. They didn't like the buoys being in the water because they were effective in stopping border crossers. So now it sounds like Texas is trying to pass a law, which is really dumb that they even have to do this, but saying you cannot come into Texas across its border unless you're legally an American. And I think that means in all directions. So you could not enter into Texas from the north, from whatever state is above Texas, because I'm actually terrible at geography. The only reason you don't notice that is because we've covered so many riots. I know where all the riot cities are. But whatever's above Texas, if you were to come down into Texas, if you're not legally here, you're breaking the law. Now, that should already be a thing. You shouldn't be in the country if you're not legally supposed to be. And that should be for every state. But because it's not effective, that's what it sounds like they're doing in Texas. So I just got my email from DLive, and I don't think they even know what they're even talking about. They're telling me that I transferred $700 worth of lemons to somebody else's account, which sounds like cyber criminals got into my account. But what they didn't answer is why I'm banned from live streaming on the platform, which still makes me think that I wasn't necessarily hijacked by cyber criminals, but that they just banned my account. So I can't stand DLive, and I can't stand that they just stole $700 from me. That just burns me up. I mean, I'm struggling so much to make it, and we're having problems with the Rumble membership thing. Things are so difficult, and car problems and phone problems, and now I've been sick forever, and we got demonetized from YouTube, and I had my identity stolen on April, and it's, when will it stop? When will someone pull me out of the fucking fire? I just sit in the pan all damn day, and I just want to get ahead, and I can't, and I can't believe that they stole $700 from me. That just upsets me a lot. I grew up really, really poor. And if you could do one thing to make me do something bad to you, it's take my money. It really gets me. Because I take that money and I put it into this. So we can make this bigger and better. And of course I got to pay bills and stuff. But every extra doll here I have either goes to taxes from all of this, or contributing to buying more gear, for paying for better services and stuff, so we have more reliable lives and all of that. And, you know, I would like to grow and to actually be able to provide more. We've talked about it before. I wish I could do like scholarships and stuff like that to give incentive for kids to do better and to start programs that would help people. And you can't do that without any money. And so I try so hard to only spend money on things I absolutely have to, and everything else is an investment in the live. And then D-Live reaches out to me, tells us to go to the platform. We make $700 worth of donations, and then they turn around and just let it disappear, and then they ban me from live streaming. And it's like, oh yeah, is that today's disaster? Okay, all right. 4 o'clock this morning, I was fighting cyber criminals, trying to change my passwords and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't mind sitting in the fire, but man, that really sucks when it's like the little things that you got that are keeping you going are also disappearing. It's like, oh, it's heartbreaking, but that's all right, because it's always darkest before it's dawn. And man, it's got to be bright white light waiting for me on the other side of this storm that I'm working my way through. It's rough. It's rough stuff. Anyways, that was all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to drop this Linktree link in the chat as we're working our way through. If you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, you can do all of that from the Linktree. Keep us going. We're live every single day, except for Sunday, because got to recharge the battery sometime. What I ask is that you join Gilded. Gilded is free and currently the best way to receive notifications every single time we go live. We have Hooligans there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have a news board to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world, so definitely go join Gilded. You can access it from your desktop, or you can download the app on your phone, and that way you'll get notifications right on your phone. We have Hooligans that do both. I receive the notifications on my phone because that's what I dig. But definitely go join Gilded. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. We have the best video streaming, the best video player, and we have the very best chat out of all platforms. The chat alone is so badass over on the website because we can have GIFs, memes, you can post links, we can engage with each other's comments, or you can reply to each other's comments, and we even have predictive text over in our chat. A lot like that bothers me about being on Rumble. You have to type out everybody's name. There's no pre-suggested list of names like on YouTube or on Twitch. We have that over on the website. That alone, just the live streaming area, I think is worth the membership. But we also have our private social media area. We have an advanced messaging system that does all kinds of things for us to be able to network and communicate with each other. And it is the home of the Hooligans. It is the only free place on the internet where you are truly free. So definitely go join jeffmaclive.com. If you click that link at the top of the link tree, you'll get a free week. It's not a trial. It's a trial run, but it's not a trial. It's not like 7 days before you get charged money. It's just a week for you to go over there and check out all the cool stuff that we have going on jeffmaclive.com. And if you dig it, pick up a membership, hang out with us over on the website. The more Hooligans we have on the website, the more special events we will hold over on the website. We can do exclusive lives. We can have group chats, which we've done, like a group call and all that kind of stuff. We will do more stuff like that on the website, but we got to get more Hooligans over there. Click that link at the top of the link tree. Go check out all the cool stuff we got going on jeffmaclive.com before that link expires, because once it does, and I believe it's in March when that coupon expires, but once it does, I'm not making a new one. I've given you guys a year to go check out all the cool stuff over on the website. It gets better every day, so definitely go check it out. What's up, Salty Senior? I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here, Christy Star. We're going to get you figured out. We will get you figured out. Oh, thanks, Slink. I appreciate you being here. 83 thumbs up. Come on, Hooligans. We get so close to 100 thumbs up on Rumble. I don't know why we can't hit it. We could do it. I believe in you. No worries, Rappy. Thank you for being here. Wayward Sons, Google can take out anyone they want. That's what. And what's to say AI isn't hacking accounts now? Yeah. Well, and we were talking about it earlier this week. I knew this was coming, but I hadn't seen it happen yet. Google's now starting to put warning messages. When you go to websites that they don't like, they put up warning messages saying, hey, you're on an unsafe site, you're susceptible to malware and blah, 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 all this stuff. Now, of course, kind of heed those warnings because sometimes they're authentic. But at the same time, if you go to a conservative's website and you see these warnings, just know that's their new censorship. I believed it was ban.video, and I think that's InfoWars now. A hooligan went to the website and got that message. Hey, warning, big scary website. You could leave and you'll still be fine. And they're going to start doing that to burden conservatives, websites, any kind of social media like Truth Social, things like that. Just know those Google warnings are coming, and it's a deterrent. It's another censorship by Google. As far as I know, Google's the only one doing it, so you shouldn't see anything like that with Brave browser or Mozilla or anything like that. I mean, you might, but as far as I know, it's exclusive to Google Chrome at this time. Just flip it through the chat really quick. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we're going to wrap this up. This is a late one today. It's almost 4:30. I'm not sure if we're going to play the game or not, because I do want to get food. I've been manic for 5 hours now. I need food. No worries, Mr. Beans and Beans, but I appreciate you being here. What's up, C1? Thank you, Red Dog. I appreciate you being here. All right. It is that time once again, hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Did the thing. I'm not muted. Moving up in the world. I appreciate all of you hooligans being here. I want to remind you guys. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. There we go. I want to remind you guys that tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday. We will not be live on YouTube. But if you are a hooligan that's over on YouTube, make sure you look for that post, because I will post on the community board on my channel when we do go live for Free Speech Saturday. If you don't see that post, just know that YouTube had a problem with me showing that AJ video. Or maybe something else I said. But make sure you're a part of Gilded or jeffmaclive.com. That way if YouTube does come and crack down on us, you'll be the first to know, because I'm not quiet about censorship. Not at all. I get really mad about it. So anyways, I appreciate all of you guys being here. We will be live tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, for the next Coffee with Hooligans. We will not be live on YouTube because it is Free Speech Saturday. So that means that we will be live on Twitch, Kick, Odyssey, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com. We might be live on Twitter. It depends on the service that I use to stream to all of you guys. It was giving me problems today, so we're not live on Twitter right now. But maybe tomorrow we will be. But what I know for sure, we ain't gonna be live on YouTube. We ain't got time for communism on Saturdays. It's for free speech. If something changes and we do go live with the game, I will let you guys know over in Gilded and, of course, on jeffmaclive.com. But as far as I know right now, I got to get food, and by the time I get to finding food, cooking food, eating food, it'll be past 6 o'clock. It'll be too late to go live. So we will see how it goes. Either way, I will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.